What's going on, guys? It's NYPrepper here. In this video, I'm going to show you some exercises that you can do to improve your pistol grip. And I think a lot of guys overlook the importance of strengthening your grip and your forearms and strengthening the muscles in your arms to help your pistol marksmanship, okay? So I'm going to show you guys 3 simple exercises that I do once a week to maintain the strength of my hands and my forearms. Now, obviously, I do other exercises besides these exercises I'm about to show you. For those of you guys that haven't been watching me for a while, I'm a former competitive power lifter. So I've been lifting weights since I was 13 years old. And I started competing in powerlifting at the age of 17, and I broke some records in the deadlift. I had an American deadlift record at the age of 20, and I had a New York State deadlift record at the age of 18. So, you know, working out is something that I've been doing for a long time, especially strength training. So I feel that I have a lot of knowledge in this area and a lot of practical experience in terms of strength training that, you know, I can put to use to help you guys out and kind of use my strength training experience and apply it in ways that will help me to improve my marksmanship across different firearms. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you 3 exercises to strengthen your hands. Okay, I'm going to show you some exercises to strengthen your grip and your forearms, all right? Because it's important when you're shooting a pistol, especially a revolver or a large caliber revolver. You know, having a strong grip is critical. You guys have seen me shoot my 500 Smith & Wesson quite a bit, and I can tell you that if I didn't have a strong grip and strong forearms, I wouldn't be a good shooter with the 500. Okay, so I'm going to share some exercises that you can do at your house that will improve your marksmanship on your pistol. You know, it's not going to guarantee to improve your marksmanship. You still have to have good fundamentals. You have to know the 7 fundamentals of marksmanship, which I've done videos on, and I'll actually attach a link up above. I did a whole video on the 7 fundamentals of marksmanship, which is stance, grip, sight alignment, sight picture, trigger control, breathing, and follow through. So you have to always maintain your 7 fundamentals when you're shooting, and you have to always remember quality over quantity and quality over speed, okay? Always remember that. There's a lot of guys today that, you know, get wrapped up in the speed and how fast you can get your rounds on target from your holster and all that fancy tactical stuff. Forget that, okay? Focus on quality over speed and quality over quantity, okay? It's better to go to the range and shoot 10 rounds that are good and you used your 7 fundamentals and you had a good group and you had reasonable speed than it is to have great speed but poor accuracy and poor groups. All right, so I'm going to show you these 3 exercises now, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so before I show you the actual exercises, I just want to quickly go over the different components to strengthening your grip. So when you're holding a pistol, there's a couple of different muscles that are working. First of all, you're squeezing the grip here with your fingers, okay? So you need to have a crushing grip strength. Crushing grip is just the ability to crush things with your hands, all right? Think about grabbing an apple and trying to crush it. That's called crushing strength, okay? So you need to have crushing strength in your hands. You have to be able to grip the pistol tightly. Now, you don't want to over grip it, and if you grip too tightly, that's going to affect your accuracy. But you want to have a nice, solid, tight grip, especially when you're shooting revolvers, because when you shoot revolvers, you have a much higher trigger poundage. So like this 44 Magnum, which I'm sure you guys have seen many times, this one has probably a 10 or 12 pound trigger pull you know, versus a typical semi-auto may have a 3 to 5 pound trigger pull. All right, so you really have to squeeze this trigger hard, and you know, in order to keep your sights properly aligned while you're squeezing the trigger, you have to have a good firm grip on your pistol, on the grip itself, okay? Because as you're squeezing the trigger, when you squeeze the trigger, okay, that high poundage and the resistance of the trigger is going to cause your front sight to move a little bit, okay? It's going to move to the left. If you're a right-handed person and you're squeezing the trigger, it's going to cause your pistol to cock a little bit to the left, okay? And that's just because of the resistance when you're applying pressure to the trigger, because of the resistance of the trigger, the high poundage on the trigger, it's going to cause your front sight to move, okay? So in order to make sure that you can have rapid shots with your revolver, you have to have a good tight grip on your grip, okay? And by having a good tight grip, that's going to make sure that when you're applying pressure to the trigger, the front sight is not going to move out of alignment, okay? So in order to train your crushing grip, what we're going to use is we're going to use this gripper here, okay? These you can buy on Amazon for probably, I don't know how much they go for now. You can buy like a 3-pack for like under 50 bucks, but you're probably looking at 10 or 20 bucks for one of these grippers. I prefer the Captains of Crush brand, okay? That's the brand that I use. It's called Captains of Crush, and these are actually used for competitions. They actually do competitions with these, and they have different levels of resistance. That's what I like about them. And they have different numbers, and the higher the number, the more resistance on the grip, on the gripper, okay? So if you look here, you see that this one says number 1, okay? So number 1 is one of the lighter poundages, okay? It goes up to a number 4. The lowest is what they call a trainer, and then they have a number 1, a 1.5, a 2, a 2.5, a 3, a 3.5, and a 4. Now, don't get too excited because only a handful of people in the world can actually close a number 3 and a number 4. Okay, a number 3, if you can close a number 3 once, you're part of a very elite group of strength athletes. Okay, there's only maybe a few dozen people in the world that can close a number 3, and even less people that can close a number 4. Okay, me in particular, I can close the number 2 for about 20 reps, and I'm very close to closing the number 3. I'm not there yet, but I'm very close to closing the number 3. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this number 1 here, and we're going to use this to build our crushing grip. And this is going to really help with our revolver grip. And as you can see, you squeeze it, okay, and that builds that crushing grip, all right? But what we're going to do for our specific pistol training to build our grip for pistol use, okay, we're going to do this a little bit differently. Rather than just squeezing and letting go, what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze and hold it for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then we're going to let go, all right? Squeeze, hold, and then let go. All right, and that's what we're going to do for both right and left hands, and that's going to help you to maintain that nice tight grip on your pistol. All right, so I'll show you guys. I'll do a set right now with these, and when you select your poundage on these, you don't want to go too heavy, okay? You don't want to pick let's say a number 3 or a number 2, and if you could only close it once, that's not going to really help you. All right. Now, I do recommend that you get the higher poundages to build your grip strength. But for most people that don't have time to really train their grip like me, you know, I'm really passionate about strength training, so I spend time to work on my grip. But if you have limited time and you're not really into that, get yourself like a lighter poundage gripper. You can get the number 1. Or the trainer. For most people, I recommend the trainer. Okay, don't get the 1 unless you are unusually strong or you've trained grip in the past. Because the key here is not poundage, it's technique, and you have to be able to close the gripper and you have to be able to hold it, okay, for a 2-3 second period. All right, and that makes it much more difficult, but that's where you really get the benefit with these grippers. So I'm going to do one set with my right hand in front of you guys so you can see, and I'll show you exactly what to do. What I do is I count 1 Mississippi between each rep, okay? So I squeeze it, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 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 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. All right, 5 more. We got 15. We're going to go for 20 here. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. All right, 3 more. Here we go. Last 3. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. All right, here we go. Last one. Here we go. All right, guys. So that's what you want to do. Now we're going to move on to some other exercises. So stay tuned. All right, guys. So we just worked on our crushing grip, and the crushing grip helps you keep a nice tight squeeze on your pistol, which is critical, especially for a revolver. Now we're going to focus on the ability to keep your arms extended for a long period of time without fatigue, okay? Especially if you're shooting a heavier gun like a big bore revolver. If you're shooting, let's say, a 454 Casull, 460 Smith & Wesson, a 500 Magnum, or even a 44 Magnum with a long barrel, any pistol that's going to be like over 3 pounds, you got to have some good strength in your forearms and in your shoulders to be able to stabilize the pistol and hold it for an extended period of time without fatiguing yourself, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you an exercise that you can easily do to strengthen your forearms and strengthen your shoulders. So this way you can keep your handgun extended for a long period of time without fatiguing yourself, okay? And being able to not only keep your arms extended, but also keep your sights aligned for an extended period of time without fatiguing, and just being able to maintain good control over your pistol. You need to have good forearm strength and good shoulder strength, okay? So let me show you guys that exercise. All right, guys, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a regular barbell plate. This is a 25-pound plate. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold this plate up in the air just like you're holding a pistol, basically. Okay, just like you're holding your pistol out in front of you. Okay, it's the same thing. We're going to take this 25-pound plate. You don't have to use a 25-pound plate if you don't want to. I'm unusually strong, so you may have to use a lighter weight, you know, you may have to use, let's say, a 5-pound plate or a 10-pound plate. For most people, I recommend that you start with a 5-pound plate and then work up to 10 pounds and then 15 and 20 and so on, okay? But I'm going to start with a 25-pound plate, and what you're going to do is you're just going to hold the weight out in front of you, and what you're going to do is you're going to count how long you can hold it for, and what you're going to do is you're going to try to improve on that time, okay? So if, let's say, I can hold this plate out for 30 seconds, I'm going to try to improve on that every time I do the exercise. I'm going to try to get to 32 or 35 seconds or 40 seconds or 50 seconds, okay? Especially when you're first starting out and you just started training, that's how you're going to judge your strength and your progress, all right? You're going to stand in front of a clock and you're going to look at how many seconds you can hold up the weight in front of you before you get too tired, okay? And you're going to want to hold that plate up pretty much. You want your arm to be parallel to the ground, okay? Just like you're holding your pistol, all right? If as soon as your hand starts to dip down, you know, to like too much of an angle and you're not really parallel anymore, then you need to stop counting, all right? But you want to keep your hand parallel to the ground as long as possible. So I'm going to do this exercise for you guys so you can see. So let's see how long I can do this for. All right, stand by. Okay. I'm going to do the other hand now. That was my left arm. Let's do the right arm. Again, you're holding it just like you hold your pistol, okay? Keep track of the time. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much what you're going to do. You can start heavy and then go down to lighter weight. Like for me, I start with the 25 and then I go down to the 10. All right, so I'll do the 10 right now to show you guys the 10. All right, guys, so here we have the 10-pound weight. We're going to hold it out just like our pistol. All right, just pretend like this is your pistol in your hand. All right, we're going to hold this thing out. It's going to be painful, okay? Gotta push through the pain and try to beat your time. Try to improve on your time, okay? Here we go. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much what you do. You know, that's it. And keep track of your time. Try to improve on your time. I'll just do the left hand just to show you guys. All right. You can even pretend that the top of the plate is your sights. That's what I do. I pretend that the top of the plate is my sights, and I'm kind of looking down the top of the plate, and I pretend that those are my pistol sights, okay? It's a lot harder than it looks, but it'll help you out tremendously. I guarantee you that, okay? Okay, very good. And if you really want to finish it off, you can do a final third set with even lighter weight. This is 5 pounds. All right, guys, so for the third exercise, the final exercise that you want to do is you want to work the top of your forearms here, okay? Because when you're holding a pistol, the top of your forearms can get fatigued, okay? Especially a heavier pistol. So I'm going to show you guys an exercise here that's very simple, and it'll work the top of your forearms. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab yourself an axe or maybe a hammer of some kind. I prefer this axe, seems to be perfect for me. And what you're going to do is you're going to find something that you can rest your arm on. You're going to rest your forearm on something. Here I just have a dip bar that I do dips with. And what you do is you rest your arm on it, and you're going to lever your axe down, okay, just like so. As you see, my axe is on an angle here, and you're going to try to hold that as long as you can, okay, in this position. And you want to support your arm on something because your shoulders are going to get tired. All right, so you're going to grab yourself an axe, a light sledgehammer, maybe, some kind of metal bar, and you're going to try to hold it at an angle just like I am right now. And this is all my forearms right here, okay? My forearms are supporting the weight of this axe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep track of the time, just like we did with the other exercise before. We're going to keep track of how long I can support this without letting the axe fall, okay? And I can see that I'm already getting tired here. All right, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to alternate. Grab the axe at the bottom, or if you need to, you can choke up if it's too heavy for you. Let's say if you only have a big sledgehammer or a splitting maul, you could choke up on the grip so it's a little bit easier for you, okay? But this is a pretty light axe. This is only like a 3-pound axe, I think, or something like that. So I'm holding it all the way at the end, okay? So again, we're going to rest our forearm. We're going to make sure we have a good tight grip here. And we're going to lever that axe down. Okay, let me see if I can make sure I get it in the camera well. All right, we're just going to hold it. We're going to have about a 45-degree angle. Okay, you see that the axe is about 45 degrees. And we're just going to support the axe like this using our forearms, okay, to keep the axe from going down. All right, and we're just going to resist that axe. We're going to keep track of the time. All right, and that's how you're going to measure your progress, okay? So let's see how long I can hold it here. All right. You can already feel pretty tired. You generally want to do this without any distractions. You shouldn't be talking like I am now. All right. And here we go. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. Those are the 3 exercises that you can do to strengthen your hands so you have a better pistol grip, a stronger grip on your pistol. Again, you can do multiple sets. You could do like 3 sets for each exercise, okay? You could do 3 sets with the crushing grip. You could do 3 sets holding the plate out, and then you could do 3 sets with your axe or whatever implement you have. And you could do them on either the same day or separate day. You have to work it out, for yourself and see what works for you. I generally don't like to do too many sets because, at a certain point, there's the law of diminishing returns. I prefer to do less sets and make sure that I'm doing it every week. Okay, I do it typically once a week, and I also train my arms. I do bicep curls and I train my grip as well. So for me, I only have to do it once a week, and I usually just do 1 set when I do it. But if you're just starting out, you can do 3 sets. You can do it 2 or 3 times a week. You can do it as much as you want, okay? And I can actually already feel a good pump in my forearm from this last exercise here. Now I want to show you one final bonus exercise that you can do, so stay tuned. Now another variation of the exercise, you can hold it out like I just showed you guys and just hold it and count the time. Another thing you can do is you can choke up a little bit and you can lever up and down just like so, okay? And this is another way that you can work your forearm and build the strength of your forearms, okay? You can lever this up and down just like so. You want to keep that forearm stable. Come up and then go down. Come up and then go down, okay? So that's another variation of that. So you can do both of these. You can either hold it out for time or you can lever up and down. And this is actually pretty difficult, okay? So do a couple sets of these and I guarantee you your forearms will get really strong and it'll help your marksmanship tremendously. All right, guys, so the final bonus exercise, we're going to work on the top of our forearm. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use the same support that we did with the axe, okay? We're going to need something to put our forearm on. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a weight here. This is a 10-pound weight. We're going to grip it. We're going to put our fingers through the hole, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to rest our forearm down. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift our hand up like this, okay? And by doing this, we're working the top of our forearm here, okay? So we're going to do some reps here. I usually do about 30 to 40 reps with this weight here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, okay? And do that for both of your arms, okay, left and right-handed. So now we'll do the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35, okay? So that's the final exercise that I have for you guys. I hope this video helped you out. I'm going to do a lot more videos like this. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.